All right. Fair use disclaimer. It's your brother Wab Rum. You're back with another lesson, Lord willing to be edifying. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Waha, Rakakwadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone and Talmud Truth. Shalom to the 144,000 men of the Lord you see on the highways and byways prophesying in the name and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, also in the correct doctrine. I want to send a shalom to the one-third men, women, and children that will escape the judgment of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah by their faith. So got another lesson I want to bring out through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. It says, racists are unhappy, unfulfilled, miserable people. And Esau knows deep down that he is guilty of the crimes he has committed against the children of Israel, man. And I'm going to get right into it, man. Let me just play this video and get some scriptures, and Lord willing, it'll be edifying.
This might be a hot take, but a lot of white people are not happy. I'm Kylie, and I grew up in a very conservative area. I wanted to say that a lot of white people genuinely live some of the most miserable and isolated lives that you could even imagine. I think there are three reasons for this. The first is that there is just a general idea of just hyper-individualism and hoarding of resources. A lot of them are extremely stingy, don't tip well, and also don't donate to local charities. They're very isolated, and what few friends they have, their connection is built upon shared bigotry, which is obviously not a strong connection. Number two, a lot of white people feel a sense of emptiness. They have the job, the car, the career, the kids, the Bible, but they don't feel that sense of fulfillment. I think it's because the subliminal messaging that white people get from birth is that they're so much better than everybody else. And once you're in that sort of position, you will not allow yourself to open up to other people and opportunities that would genuinely bring you joy and fulfillment. And the third reason is that a lot of white people genuinely feel like equality is the oppression of white people. That means other people getting rights means that some of ours get taken away somehow, which obviously isn't true and shows the hyper-competitive nature of being white in America.
And that goes to show you that even though that they, these low Joe blow six-pack Edomites that don't have nothing, as long as they got more than Jake, or feel like they got more than Jake, they feel like they're accomplishing something, man. That's why it breeds racism in their community, because as long as we are beneath them, they feel like they're better than us. But what they done to us is going to be done to them. And it's the spirit that keeps them up at night, man, knowing that they have been mistreated and did the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans terribly bad. That keeps them up at night, man. It's the nightmare that they see that if they ever get ahead of us, then they're going to pay us back for what we did to them. And see, they painted a picture and put this propaganda out there for many, many years. That's why the Lord said Esau would not receive any mercy. He brought it on himself, man, because of his pride.
If you've ever wondered why so many Americans carry harmful stereotypes about black people, here's the part that usually doesn't get said loud enough. Most of those stereotypes were invented, not observed, and American media has been repeating them for over 200 years. Let's start with the origin. When slavery was the economic engine of this country, you couldn't run a democracy on paper while owning human beings in practice. So you needed a narrative, and that narrative was black people are naturally inferior, dangerous, and unfit for freedom. None of that was true, but it was repeated in newspapers, pamphlets, political speeches, science, and later movies. After emancipation, Southern states passed laws that criminalize everyday behavior, not having a job, standing in the wrong place, and walking without papers as some examples. Overnight, you could arrest thousands of freed black people and lease them back to the plantations. And the media reinforced it by portraying black men as criminals and predators. The most famous example is Birth of a Nation, the first blockbuster film in American history which showed black people as monsters and the KKK as the heroes. From there, Hollywood and the news built the stereotypes into everyday entertainment. Black characters were almost always the servant, the comedic sidekick, the criminal, the angry one, the overly sexual one. Even today, crime news shows black suspects 2 to 4 times more often than actually crime data supports, while white suspects get graduation photos and humanizing details. Cable news uses coded language like inner city and urban. Shows use lighting and music that make black neighborhoods look threatening by default. And social media algorithms amplify videos of violence, conflict, and police producing, not joy, art, achievement, or everyday life. So the stereotype becomes the feed. But here's the part that never goes viral, the truth. Black fathers are statistically more involved in daily childcare than white and Hispanic fathers. Black women are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in America. When you control for poverty and policing patterns, Black and white Americans commit most crimes at similar rates. But you never know that from the nightly news. Most welfare recipients are white. Most mass shooters are white. And Black Americans have shaped every area of culture: science, business, academics, fashion, music, sports, literature, in ways the media almost never celebrates with the same intensity as crime coverage. So when people say, well, I'm just going off what I've seen, the real question is, who showed it to you? Because for more than 2 centuries, American media has been showing the same script. Not because it's true, but because it was useful. If we want better conversations about race, we have to start with the fact that most of our common sense assumptions weren't common and weren't sense. They were propaganda that became culture.
That's plain, man. He said it all, man. They use their propaganda for, man, hundreds of years to make you think that Jake is the worst people on the face of the earth, man. And they do that to this very day, man. Everyone can see on this local news that Jake is the face of all crime. They don't put no Edomites on there. If they do, it's very rare that you see an Edomite face of crime. They show them at graduation parties, their little league football team, them caring about pets and in the park, but they don't show that about Jake. And see, that propaganda is what's going to be shameful to them, because what they did was to the children of Israel, man, the Lord's chosen people, man. And they held us down as being the one that's pretty much the cause of all the problems on earth. And it's really been Esau the whole time, man. So no, they're not going to receive any mercy in the kingdom. And their kingdom is coming to an end. And as you see these Edomites making all these videos, they know in their spirit that what we did to these people, man, it's got to be a judgment coming for it. And as you see on X, they always got I'm not ashamed of being a Edomite. They say white, but you know, their biblical names are Edomites. We're not ashamed of being Edomite. They're soon to be ashamed for what they did to the children of Israel. And they're soon to know that they are the Edomites, according to the scriptures, man. Now check this out. Now listen to this guy. This shows you the pride of Esau.
You could have written a book and said, I think that we did a great job ending slavery, which we did. But I don't know if this is just because it helps you become a bestseller, but you have this line, the tyranny of imaginary guilt. You're a Christian theologian, and you're saying we shouldn't feel guilty at all about 3 million Africans being taken out of their homes and moved to across the Atlantic? The guilt is imaginary? Why can't we have guilt and also believe everything you just said?
First of all, we can only feel guilt for something we did.
We did. We did take 3 million people out of Africa.
You and I didn't. No, you and I didn't. I can lament what some of our ancestors did. I can't feel guilty for it.
So that means hold on. So you're telling me with a straight face you don't take pride in Britain in us defeating the Nazis in World War II? You're not taking pride in that?
I take pride in it. I admire the fact of what
How can you take pride in it? It's not us.
But no, of course, I can't claim the credit for having done that, because I didn't. My parents did. I didn't.
British people have pride.
Only indirectly.
So why don't you take guilt indirectly?
In terms of guilt, because you cannot be guilty for something you didn't do. You can be responsible for the effects. You can't be guilty for it.
But you can take pride in something you didn't do. But you can take pride in something you didn't do.
Metaphorically. So I prefer to use the word admiration now.
Let's see. Look at the how about Shemel Shah 144. But you see that the pride that he had, he could be prideful of World War II, the Great Britain, but he couldn't be prideful over. He couldn't have any guilt for millions of Negroes going into slavery. You see how the hypocrisy that he displayed right before our eyes, man. But he is his father that had the men of the Lord in the children of Israel in slavery. So he has to suffer for what he did in his past life. Now, he might not think that he is going to be guilty of, the Lord is going to have him as being guilty of what his forefathers done, but he is his forefathers coming back. That's why you have to understand reincarnation. We are our fathers coming back. Let me get this real quick. This is Psalms 109, verse 29. It says, let my adversaries be clothed with shame, and let them cover themselves with their own confusion. See that? He was confused of what he wanted to say because he knows that he benefit on the children of Israel going into slavery, man. He said, let them cover themselves with their own confusion as with a mantle. I will greatly praise Yahweh Shem Yahushua with my mouth. Yea, I will praise him among the multitude. And that's why you see the children of Israel, the men of the Lord, on the highways and byways, man. And also the children of Israel waking up to this truth. Not all of us, but majority of the 1/3, the elect, are waking up to the Yahweh Shem Yahushua's word, man. And that's why we praising him as we were supposed to do. It says, for he shall stand at the right hand of the poor. See that? The Lord is going to stand at the right hand of the poor to save him from those that condemn his soul. And that's what they did, man. They condemned our soul to judgment, man. To slavery. Forever being under them. And see, the Lord is going to redeem us, man. And this is why we bring these lessons out for our people to see and understand how these people really feel about you, what they think about you, man. Because if I would have put that video and somebody would have told me, I wouldn't have believed it because I couldn't see it, man. Jake is a nation of people that have to see it to believe it, man. They become like the heathen. This is Psalms 35, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It's a Psalm of David. It says, plead my cause, O Yahweh Shem Yahushua, with them that strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me. And that's what the Lord is coming back to do. Fight against them that fight against us, man. It says, take hold of shield and buckler and stand up for my help. Draw out also the spear and stop the way against them that persecute me. Say unto my soul, I am thy salvation. And the Lord has put that spirit on us to let us know that he is our salvation, man. That's a spirit that we have in us, man. That we know that our power is with us. He's going to be our salvation, man. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. It says, let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. And that's what's happening, man. They're being put to shame because they don't believe the Lord is going to save the elect. They don't believe the Lord is going to be with the children of Israel. Even though they don't even think the Lord is going to be with the prophets of the Lord that you see prophesying his word. They want to put that to the test. But they're soon to see the Lord is with the children of Israel, man. The hopeful elect. The men of the Lord, man. They're sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. He said, let them be put, it's like it says, let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion that devise my hurt. And that's what the Lord is going to do, man. Bring them to confusion, man. And that's what's happening, man. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do because they know in their spirit that we fucked up, man. We did the people that the Lord loved wrong, man. It says, let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua persecute them. And that's what the Lord is going to do, man. The angels are going to come back, thousands upon thousands of angels, and they're going to pursue our enemies, man. And see, there will be no rest for Esau, man. The angels of the Lord is going to chase them, man. That's why those dreams are there. I ain't saying I know they're having them dreams, but what they post online, man, them dreams are being stirred up, man. Yeah, them Jakes having dreams about America being hit and attacked and all type of shit, man. That's the Lord putting his spirit in them to know that their time is running short, man. Their end is here. This is Job 8, and I'm going to drop down to verse 20. It says, behold, power will not cast away a perfect man. And that's why we continue to push his word out for our people to repent to the Lord, man. You blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, man. Because the Lord would not cast away the perfect man. So you doing the will of the Lord, studying and prophesying and doing what you are required of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you're going to be in good case, man. It says, neither will he help the evildoers. See, the Lord is not going to, if you're doing wickedly, you're not preaching this word, you're not repenting, you're not turning to the Lord, you're going to be held as an evildoer, man. right with the wicked one, the seed of the wicked one. It says, till he fill thy mouth with laughing and thy lips with rejoicing, they that hate thee shall be clothed with shame. See that? The Lord said that they're going to be clothed with shame, man. And the dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught. See, their dwelling place, Babylon the Great, is finna come to nothing, man. And they're finna be covered with shame, man. Let me get this word shame real quick. I'd look it up right quick in the Psalms. Psalms, what was it? Psalms, that was Job. Job 8. What was the Psalm? No, it was Job. Job 8. Job 8 and 20. So they're going to be ashamed, man. This is Job. This is Hebrews. This is H13:22. Shame, 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 shameful thing. It says shame, the feeling and the condition as well as its cause, by implication specifically, an idle, ashamed, confusion, greatly, put to shame, shameful. And I just real quick definition. Let's get it in the H954, the origin of shame. Put to shame, be ashamed, be disconcerted, disconcerted, be disappointed, to feel ashamed. Pretty much same exact thing, shameful. Both implication of shame, be disappointed, or or delayed, be made, bring to cause, put to the shame. See, disappointed. They're going to be disappointed, make confusion, become dry, delay, be long. Shame, man. This is going to be on their face in the kingdom of heaven. Disappointed. Shame, real quick, Google definition. A painful feeling of humiliation or distress caused by the consciousness of wrong or foolish behavior. See that? That's that shame that he's going to have, man. That foolish behavior. He never wanted us to rise above him. He never gave us any credit on anything we did. That painful feeling is going to be in his belly, man. And that's being displayed right now, man. That painful feeling of, man, we did them wrong, man. And the history that was had here in Babylon the Great, from the native northern tribe to the southern tribe, man, it's been a history of nothing but rape, robbery, and murder, man. Our blood soaked in Babylon the Great, man. But they see, Esau don't think that he has to pay for that, man. He don't think the Lord is going to require that. This is Psalms 132, and start at verse 12. It says, if thy children will keep my covenant and my testimony that I will teach them, their children shall also sit upon thy throne forevermore. It says, for Yahweh Shem Yahushua have chosen Zion. See that? The Lord has chosen Zion. He have desired it for his habitation. And see, they don't have a clue. The Lord has chosen the children of Israel, man. These blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, they look down upon, man. They have no clue about that, man. And this is why it's going to be a painful feeling in their bellies, man. That shame is going to cover their face. It says, this is my rest forever. See that? The Lord's people is his rest forever. It's like I continue to say, it's these blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, man. Hispanic and Native Americans. He says, here will I dwell, for I have desired it. I will abundantly bless her provision. I will satisfy her poor with bread. And it's talking about the children of Israel, man. I will also clothe her priests with salvation. And that's the man of the Lord preaching the 100% truth, the correct doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, calling on the correct name, going on the highways and byways, man. He says, and her saints shall shout aloud for joy. There will I make the horn of David to bud. See that? The rebuilding of the house of David, man, is being rebuilt, man. And it's budding. Just like the scripture said. And the Lord is saying he's going to do it here. Where we dwelling at now, man. And that's why the children of Israel are getting this spirit to go out and prophesy this word in the face of our enemies, man. The face of the Lord's enemies. It says, I have ordained a lamp for my anointed, mine anointed, my enemies, like his enemies will I clothe with shame. See that? The Lord said his enemies, talking about the children of Israel, will I clothe with shame. But upon himself shall his crown flourish. And see, we're finna get the kingdom of heaven, man. And our kingdom is going to flourish while Esau's is going down, man. He will have no peace in the kingdom of heaven, man. And it's all going to be for what he did to the children of Israel, man. This is why this kingdom is crumbling, man. Because the controversy of Zion, man. This is Proverbs 3. It's Proverbs 3 and start at verse 19, man. It says, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, by wisdom hath founded the earth. By understanding hath he established the heavens. By his knowledge, the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down the dew. My son, let not them depart from thy eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto thy soul and grace to thy neck. And that's the wisdom knowledge understand we have now, man. We holding on to it. It's this word where we're preaching and teaching and studying. It says, then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of desolation of the wicked when it cometh. See that? We know that our enemies are going down, man. So we're not going to be shocked. We're not going to be amazed at the destruction the Lord's going to bring on it. We're going to be amazed at how it ends for him. But we know that his time is coming, man. We know that his destruction is near. So we're not going to be afraid of that time, man. We're going to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushua because we know he's in control, man. And let me get this in another translation, man. New Living Translation. It says, you need not be afraid of sudden disaster or destruction that comes upon the wicked. That's plain, man. We know his day is near, man. Good News Translation. He says, you will not have to worry about sudden disasters such as come on the wicked like a storm. Whew. And that's why we prophesying to our people, man. You better wake up to this truth, man. Because we see the disaster that is awaiting Esau, man. His kingdom is crumbling, man. The Lord is at his throat, man. That's heavy right there. Verse 25 again, it says, be not afraid of sudden fear, neither be of desolation of the wicked when it cometh. He said, neither be of desolation of the wicked when it cometh, for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due. See, the Lord told us to preach his word, man. If you hear or forbear. So we have a job to do, man. We have a mission that we have. It says, withhold not good from them to whom it is due. See, this word is due to our people, man, to the hopeful elect. So we're not withhold, we're pushing it out there, man, regardless if you believe it or not. Making our bodies a living sacrifice, man. It says, when it is in the power of thy hand to do it. See that? You ain't supposed to, well, I don't feel like teaching the word today. You gotta be fire hot for the Lord, man. And that's why, I always constantly try to get in this word, man, every day. As soon as I hit the door, man, coming home from work. Because the Lord said this right here is what is required of us. To push the word out to the best of our ability to feed those that he sent us to, man. It says, say not unto thy neighbor, go and come again and tomorrow. See that? The Lord said, don't push nobody away to tell them come back another day. He says, I will give. So let me start that again. That's heavy. Verse 28 again, it says, Proverbs 3 and 28, it says, So say not unto thy neighbor, which is our own people, go and come again, and tomorrow I will give when thou hast it by thee. See that when we got this word to preach his word, man, teach it, man. Don't send nobody off wanting to know inquiring about Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He says, desire not evil against thy neighbor, seeing he dwelleth secure by thee. See that? Don't you pushing somebody away from this truth, you wishing evil upon them, man. And I'm talking about our own people. He says, strive not with a man without cause, if he have done thee no harm. So there's no use about arguing about this truth, man. So if you either gonna get it or you're not. The Lord told us not to strive and debating and all that. If you don't get it, you just don't get it, man. It ain't meant for you to get. It says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Plain. It says, for the forward is an abomination to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but his secret is with the righteous. See that? The secret is with the righteous. Esau don't have a clue that the Lord is going to bring judgment upon him. That's only for the men of the Lord, man. The men of the Lord only ones that know that Esau's judgment is here. They don't know. They don't have a clue, man. That judgment is for them also to be judged by thermonuclear destruction and also go into hardcore bondage. They have no clue. They hear us saying it, they hear us prophesying it, but they don't believe that. They believe that the power is in their hands. Verse 33, it says, the curse of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is in the house of the wicked. See that? The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. What's it? Zechariah told you the chariots were, roughly paraphrasing it, the chariots will enter into the house of the thief. It's a curse under them, man. When they see them angels, man, them chariots, man, what they call UFOs and UAPs, that's a curse, man. And the scripture tell you about the curse entering into the house of the thief. This is plain, man. We know it's talking about Esau, man. 33, one more time, it said, the curse of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is in the house of the wicked, but he blesseth the habitation of the just. Surely he scorneth the scorners, but he giveth grace unto the lowly. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools, man. And Esau was a fool this whole time, that he felt like he could do whatever he wanted to the children of Israel and never be judged for it, and never have to pay for it, man. So he has a hell of a cup to drink down to the dregs, man. A hell of a cup. And there's no escaping that cup of judgment, man. This is Habakkuk 2 in verse 15. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. And that's what they've done, man. They've given us drugs to take and be pork to eat, and man, just all the things that he know that we are not supposed to partake in. He has done that, man. Making you this rap music, make you kill your brother and attack your brother, and to make you attack your sisters, man. All of this, man. Esau has conjured up all these demons to put on us, man. And that's why the Lord said destruction unto him. Woe. Verse 16, it says, thou art filled with shame for glory. See that? He is filled for shame for glory. See, his glory is his shame, man. Because that's what's going to cover him, man. Every nation on earth is going to know that Esau is a so-called white man. He is the Edomites, man. And that shame that he think is glory is going to be shame. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh Shem Yahushua's right hand shall be turned unto thee. And I just spoke about that. That cup is being filled to the brim, man. To the very top, man. He's going to have to drink all of it down, man. And it says, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory, man. Everything he did on the earth, from feeding fake foods to promoting different genders. Man, the list goes on and on, man. He's going to have to answer for all of that, man. In NLT, New Living Translation, it says, but soon it will be your turn to be disgraced. Come drink and be exposed. Drink from the cup of Yahweh Shem Yahushua's judgment, and all your glory shall be turned to shame. See that? All your glory is going to be turned to shame. Because he prides himself on the weaponry he has, the guns and the missiles. But that's going to be turned to to your shame, man. You don't wish you never created those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Because that's going to be to your shame, man. Everything you created wiped away in 1 hour, man. Everything. Good News Translation says, you in turn will be covered with shame instead of honor. See that? No one is going to honor Esau in anything. You yourselves will drink and stagger. Yahweh Shem Yahushua will make you drink your own cup of punishment. That's heavy right there. Yahweh Shem Yahushua will make you drink your own cup of punishment, and your honor will be turned to disgrace. Damn. Woo. Your honor will be turned to disgrace. And it is, man. You can just see the spirit of the Lord moving to bring this man down, man. Now, he's going to cause all these different false flags and different things and these events to bring in his NWO, but it's going to be to his shame. And we're reading, this is going to cause him to be ashamed of the things he did in the earth, man. This is Psalms 83. And I'm going to start at verse 1 and I'm going to drop down. This is verse 1, Psalm 83 and verse 1. It says, keep not thy silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. And that's what they've done, man. They have taken crafty counsel against the Lord's people. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And that's what they've done, man. They made the children of Israel name to be no more in existence, man. That we are not even looked at as the children of Israel. We're looked at as blacks, Hispanic, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Jamaicans, and the list goes on, man. This is a crafty counsel that they did, man. This is Psalms 83 and dropping down to verse 12. It says, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of power in possession? And this is what Esau's done. He said, let's take the house of Israel and put it in our possession. This is what they did, man. Who said, let us take, and this is all the nations. I'm just focused on Esau, but it's all the nations. Because Esau is the forefront of everyone that had crafty counsel, from the Joe Blow six-pack Edomites to the Amalek, man. He says, "Oh my power, make them like a wheel, as the stumble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm." And see, the Lord is coming back for great wrath, man, with great wrath and great judgment, man. It says, fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. And that's what's going to happen to them, man. They're going to be confounded and troubled forever. And to the Lord, 86 is them, man. He says, yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that you, whose name alone is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, are the most high above, over all the earth, man. So the lot of Esau, Edom, and these other nations is to perish, man. Let me get this in the NLT, man. Man, that's heavy, man. And like I said, this is only for the household of faith, man. The house of mourning. Start at 12. One more time it says, For they said, let us seize for our own use these pasturous lands of power. And that's why they're in our land now. Oh my power, scatter them like the tumblewood, like the chaff before the wind. And we read earlier about the angels chasing them. It says, as a fire burns as a fire burns a forest, and as a flame sets mountains ablaze, chase them with your fiery storm. And I would just rather stop because that's exactly what I just read about the angels chasing them, man. And this is in the LT, man. It shows you that the Lord is going to send these angels to judge them, man. What Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the angels are coming to judge Esau, man. Let me finish it up. It says, chase them with your fiery storm, their furious storm, and terrify them with your tempest. Let me slow down. It says, utterly disgrace them until they submit to your name. Every knee is going to bow, man. So the Lord said, utterly disgrace them until they submit to your name. Whew, every knee is going to bow, man. So they finna, man. Let them be ashamed and terrified forever. Let them die in disgrace. Real quick Google definition. Disgrace. Loss of reputation or respect as the result of a dishonorable action. Damn. Shame, dishonor, shame. Then they will learn that you alone are called Yahweh Shem Yahushua. See, they're going to know that they ain't have no God, man. They didn't have no power. What they was calling these demons and worshiping these demons, man, it was no power, man. It says that you alone are the Most High, supreme over all the earth, man. There's no other God with him. Clearly, he says that several times throughout the scriptures, man. And see, this is beautiful, man. Because you going around, they looking at you side-eye and always clutching their purse and trying to get you to go in front of them when they drive and think you're going to do something to them. All that madness, man. But they don't have a clue that the Lord is finna do some great work against them, man. This is Obadiah 1 and verse 10. It says, For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever, man. We have violence against your brother Jacob, that propaganda and all this wickedness you promoted in our communities and did against us. The Lord said, you're going to be cut off forever, man, for what you've done to the children of Israel, man. So that's plain, man. So Lord, when it was edifying. Shalom. Shalom.